just kind of start off with the basics in the way I view it in the game of football, particularly offensively. Um, you know, I think a lot of things are overrated. Um, practice being one of them. I know that goes against what a lot of people have been brought up to accept and believe, but the longer I've been in it and the less availability I've had for running practices, particularly over in Europe and Italy, it just kind of shows that you can do as much with less time if you prepare enough before time. And that's really where we spend all our time, like over in Italy, and really the last couple of 3 years that I was at Mount Vernon High School. Same thing. I mean, we just practice a very minimal amount of time, but very quick and useful amount of time where everybody knew what to do. So it's really just more about, you knowing your personnel, you knowing their personnel, the opponent's defense that you're playing, and then what their beliefs are, how they approach the game of football from their defensive side of the ball. So I always started with knowing who the coordinator was, knowing who the position coaches were on the defensive side of the ball. And, if the coordinator is a linebacker guy, then, he might be a little more apt to run a little press or man coverage, and just make sure that box stays full and they're stopping the run. If he's a back end guy, it might be a little bit the opposite, where they'll zone free up a little bit, protect themselves on the back end. That's not, always the case, but, it kind of comes down to what their background is and what they've been doing. So it starts there, and the basic thing is you got your people, they got their people, put your best people against their worst people, then develop your offensive philosophy or scheme for that week from that standpoint. Somebody on that defensive side of the ball is the 11th worst player and the 10th worst player, and that's the two guys you go at first. So that's a great thing about offense. You can adapt each week. You can change what you do. You can move your personnel around, get them where you want them. And I'm talking about O-line too. I'm not just talking about skill guys. I mean, I'm actually headed to Europe tonight and going to go over and coach this Saturday in the semifinal game. But I'm already talking to the O-line guy over there right now, and we're fixing to put 7 more linemen on the field, and I hope this doesn't air over in Italy before time.
It won't.
Okay, good. we're going to go over there and we're going to pound the rock, because that's the best chance we have to extend the season to the finals the next week. So you kind of do what you got to do, but we're going to put 7 more linemen on the field. And probably put 2 of them in wings and then have a fullback in there also with the quarterback that can run the ball. So that's kind of, where we've adapted to or grown.